Namaskaram girls. So next we are moving to the civics topic. In that one we are in last lesson what we have saw girls. Constitution. So there in that one amendment and all is there, isn't it girls? And articles, we saw the articles, how many articles we saw in that lesson. To know the detail of the particular constitution, particular fundamental rights, duties, all these things we have saw in the last lesson, isn't it girls? Now you might have watched the news girls. In that one, often sometimes they used to say Madhya Arasu, like that. What do you mean by that girls? That is central government. Central government, that is a person rules whole country, is called the central government. So particularly when you come for the state, it's called as a state government. I think you might have known. This is generally, without teaching itself you have to know. So central government, who are all will be in the central government girls? All the people of the India, that is okay, but that government is ruling the country. Who rules the country? In the olden days, Sangam period, king ruled the country. Isn't it girls? Sultans, that is Mughal dynasty, we call Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, we all saw in the ancient period. Ancient period, medieval period, modern period also we saw. After the independence, we formed the government. So the government was controlled by the one person. Okay. Where it is that government, central government, where is situated? It is situated in New Delhi. When you come for the article 52 to 78 in the part 5, we can see the detail of the union executive. I'll come to the union executive. Before that, we will see that central government is divided into 3. Executive, legislature, judiciary. Executive. What do you mean by executive? That is, they are administering the country. Okay, ruling the country. When you come for the legislature, that is forming the laws, all that laws regarding act, everything has done by the legislative. This executive and the legislative are interconnected or interdependent. But the third one, the judiciary, is an independent one. Judiciary in that one, that is whatever now the 12th result, how they have announced girls in the news, through whom it has announced, that is court. Am I correct? Yes, that court will come under the judiciary. Now clear these 3 organs of the government: executive, legislative, judiciary. When you come executive, I told what I told girls, that is governing the country or ruling the country. So who are all ruling our country? First person, president, who is assisted by the vice president, then prime minister, under him council of ministers. These are the people responsible for the executive. Okay. When you come for legislature, the parliament will come under the legislature. The parliament is again divided into Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. This will we will see the later one. Third, in the judiciary, Supreme Court was there under the Chief Justice. Chief Justice means head of the for all the judges. That is called as a Chief Justice. Then judges. Okay, these are the introduction for the central government. So I told executive, we will see one by one. Know about the president, vice president, prime minister, council of ministers. When you come for legislative, parliament, in the parliament, Rajya Sabha, we will detailedly know about the Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, who are all in the Rajya Sabha, who are all in the Lok Sabha. All this one we are going to see. And Supreme Court, what are the duties of the Supreme Court, what are the duties of the Chief Justice, judges, how to prove that. All this one we are going to learn one by one. So first we will go for the, who is that? President. So president, who was the president of our country, girls? Who is the president? Answer me in the personal number. So when you take the Article 53, we can know about the executive of the president. So he was the first citizen of the country and he was a nominal executive head. He is the head of the nominal executive and head of the constitution. He was the supreme commander of the armed forces. So when you Article 53, the executive power of the union, we can know about the president. How he has elected. A president was elected indirectly. I think you might have studied in the 9th standard types of election. Direct election, indirect election we saw. Isn't it, girls? In the direct election, who are all elected? In the indirect election, who are all elected? You might have studied in the 9th standard. No problem. Just you can recall it. That is, that direct election is people elected directly the leader or particular person. Okay. When the people is not involved in the election, that is not electing the election person, it is called as an indirect election. Okay, girls. So when you come for the qualification, what are the qualifications? What do you mean by qualification? That is, whenever you are going for any interview like that, they will, are you qualified like that, they will ask what all the studies you have completed, or all these one they will ask one by one. Like that, for the president, first qualification, he should be the Indian citizen. So no other citizen, other country's citizen is not eligible to stand for the president's election. And he has to complete 35 years of age. And he should not hold any union government or state government or local government. He should not be in the office of a government. And he should have the qualification required as a member of the Lok Sabha. He should be the member of the Lok Sabha. Okay. And he or she, her name should be proposed by an electors and electoral is another 10 elections of the electoral college, which electoral college means, that is, in that electoral college that consists of the members of parliament, members of legislative assembly, all these together is called as a electoral college. Okay. And the president cannot be a member of a parliament or state legislature. If he or she is a member, he has to resign that job and he has to stand for the election of the president. That is the president. After elected as a president, he has to stay in the Rashtrapati Bhavan, which is in New Delhi. However, whenever he was there, he has to be there in the office on the residential there. When he resigns, he have to vacate the building. And when he want to relax, he can go for the Simla. So the president building will be there at Simla and also at Hyderabad. Then location one in north and one in south, unity of the country. So this shows the culture of the people. So when you come for an election of a president, the president is elected by an electoral college. Electoral college, in the sense which they have selected as a single transferable vote. The electoral college consists of the elected members of both the houses. What are both the houses, girls? Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Both the houses and the elected members of the National Capital Territory of Delhi and Puducherry. Once he was elected as the president, he has to take an oath of the office before the Chief Justice of India. The president is elected for the term of 5 years and he can be re-elected also. Re-elected means again he can stand for the election. So Obama in America, he is elected for the twice. In America, only 2 times only they can allow to elect the people. Here, as many as time we can elect the president. Okay. So this is how the president has elected. When you come for the powers of a president, executive power, legislative power, financial powers, judicial, military power, diplomatic, emergency power. All these powers which was vested in the hands of the president. When you come for executive, from the Article 77, we can know what are the power of the president. Executive powers. He appoints the Prime Minister and members of the Council of Ministers, and for appointment of a governor of the state, chief justice and other judges of the Supreme Court and as well as the high courts, attorney general, comptroller, auditor general, chief election commissioner and other election commissioners of the chairman and other members of the Union Public Service Commission, UPSC. So the members can be appointed by the president, ambassadors, high commissioners to our other countries. So these are the executive powers. When you come for the legislative powers, he inaugurates the session of the parliament. First, he only will address the general elections, beginning of the first session of each year. The address is essential, identical to the speech from the throne. The president summons at least twice a year. He may send messages to either house of the parliament with the representing a bill pending in the house. All bills will pass by the parliament, become the laws only after the signing of the president. That becomes a law. மசோதா அப்படின்னு நியூஸ்ல கேட்டிருப்பேன். இந்த மசோதா தாக்கல் செய்யப்பட்டது அப்படின்னு கேட்டிருப்பேன் நியூஸ்ல. அந்த மசோதான்னு சொல்லும் போது பில் ஃபர்ஸ்ட், இட் இஸ் கால்ட் ஆஸ் அ பில். ஆனா when the president puts sign, it becomes a law. Okay girls, so any bill was prepared by the parliament without his assent is not passed in the constitution or in the government. Without his approval is not valid also. The president can terminate the session at both the any houses terminate means come to close. He can even dissolve the Lok Sabha before the expiry of the term of his house. Term of the house. That is, term of the house means period. So before, if you are elected as a MP, if a president want to remove the MP, he has the power. Otherwise, he has the power to dissolve the lower house, Lok Sabha. He nominates 12 persons who are eminent in the literature, science, sports, art, social to the Rajya Sabha. He also nominates 2 persons as an Anglo-Indian in the Lok Sabha. So Rajya Sabha, in that one he is nominating the 12 persons. In the Lok Sabha he is nominating 2 persons. These are the legislative powers of the president. When you come for financial, so the annual budgets, whatever expenditure, all this will be read out in the Lok Sabha. I think you might have seen Nirmala Sitharaman, isn't it, girls? In the Lok Sabha, they will read out so all the budgets. Before the president's presence only, they have to read. But the budget finance minister only will read. Okay, girls? This is the permission of the president. Whatever the financial also, he can give the advice. And he can use the contingency fund at the time of emergency. These are the financial power. When you come for judicial power, the appointment of Chief Justice, all the judges will be appointed by the President. And that also, if any person have sentenced to death, that can be pardoned by the President. When that is in a right manner only, he will give the sentence to the death. That is, if தூக்கு தண்டனை கைதி யாராவது இருந்தாங்கன்னா அவங்க அப்ளை பண்ணியிருந்தாங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு மன்னிப்பு கொடுக்கறதுக்கு பிரசிடென்ட்டுக்கு பவர். That's why pardon. In the case of Rajiv Gandhi's murder, Sivashankaran mothers has applied for that, but still now they are not giving because it's not a right manner. He was analyzed with the Chief Justice of the court. According to the analyzation of the justice only, he can give the sentence of the death as a pardon. Okay, this is the military power. He is the head of the defense. Article 53(2) that says about the military power of the president. He has to regulate the law. And when you come for diplomatic power, whatever the decision can be taken, ambassadors, whatever, maybe president have the power to select the ambassadors and their proceedings. All this one they have to report to the president. So with the foreign states and all, they are going nobles. They have to report to the president. And when you come for the emergency, he can, Article 352, sorry girls, 352, state emergency, financial emergency under the Article 356, national emergency 352, state emergency 356, financial under the Article 360. All these one says about the president's emergency power. And Kerala and Punjab, they rules under the president's rule 9 times. So when the majority was not there, that is president's rule is applicable. When the removal of the president, when the president makes any impeachment, that was be removed by the Chief Justice of the court. And also he has and when the president is not there, vice president will take over the office. So the president for violation can be removed from office by the impeachment. Impeachment தப்பு செஞ்சா அப்படினு சொல்றோம்ல அதுதான். The impeachment action can be brought about in the form of resolution in either house of the parliament or the 1/4, that is majority, can be strength, show that one. So this is about the president's power, qualification, how he is appointed, all this one. That's all, girls. Thank you, girls.